This is one of those comments I just had to reply to. So how do you even shake it off? When I'm in France, my instinct is going to hustle and work the same as I do in the United States. Yeah, so here's what helped me with that. When I first got to France, I was so freaking burned out from life in the US and the work hustle stuff and everything that I literally went to France and I just laid on the beach. We got there in April. I laid on the beach for like months. I mean, not straight. I did take breaks for food and whatever, but I mean, I just went to the beach every day and I just re-pieced my soul back together. Like, that's the best way I can say it. Like, I just got myself back. I was just so trashed, emotionally, spiritually, burned out. And man, it was so healing. It was like incredible. So yeah, so I got really good at it because I think out of necessity. And I was really lucky at that time that I have a business that I've got, that the business I was doing at that time was pretty self-operative. So I was able, my team was able to run the majority of the business, and then I was able to just show up and do the part I was doing, which was like, you know, some client management, sales and things like that. But since then it's quite a bit different. So I'm way more involved with various things, but so it was really good. And I mean, I didn't lose any ground. I was able to have this like little pause for 4 to 6 months where I was able to do like kind of like the bare minimum, and I was able to piece myself back together. So yeah, France is a really good place. South of France is a really good place to heal and recover yourself if you've lost yourself. So, but I would highly recommend having a business that is both remote work capable, and my dogs are taking off. Remote work capable, and also that you can have a good team to do the heavy lifting while you're convalescing. But now that I'm back in the US, full on hustle mode. This is one of those comments that I just had to reply to. It's a great question, but he says, like, how do you even shake it off though? When I'm in France, my instinct is to hustle and work the same as I do in America. I want to chill and enjoy life, but I get anxiety like I'm falling behind and I got to go harder. So much here. So first of all, let me just say that I had no choice. I got good at it. I wouldn't normally be. I got good at it because I was so freaking burned out. I was just trashed emotionally, spiritually. I was done, like, from all the hustle, the work-life balance stuff that was required, especially in California, to be, you know, just, yeah, in the rat race. It sucked my soul out through a straw. And so when I arrived in France in April of 2024, I was just like, there was just like nothing left of me. And I pretty much laid on the beach for 4 months. I mean, not straight. I did take some breaks for, like, you know, food and whatever, but I just pieced my soul back together. So I get that. So I was able to disconnect because also I got really lucky in that at that time with the business I was doing, the scope of the work I was doing, I was able to have my team manage most of it. And so things stayed pretty honky-dory for me. I was just really lucky. I was like super blessed to have this opportunity to have a pause. And then of course I needed to get back to like full work mode, and I didn't lose anything while I was in that phase. So I was really super lucky for that. You know, not sustainable, but it was good. And it was just, yeah, I was convalescing really. But so as far as that, I want to talk about your last line though. This is so important because this is not just saying this for Americans, but also for people in other countries to understand, like, this is how we feel. And I relate to this, which is I get anxiety, like I'm falling behind and I got to go harder. And I get that because quite frankly, a lot of times it's true. In the United States, like, we're indoctrinated with this. So while you're admiring American money, you know, riches, economy, you know, opportunity, yes, that's really all good. You know, no denying that. But at the same time, there's a price you pay, and it is very like cutting edge. You have to be on all the time. It's super competitive, and there is just the ambient vibe is no chill. There is no chill. It's very hard to find chill. Maybe like if you're working in a San Diego beach community and you got one of those like houses on the beach that's converted to an office and you got a bunch of people that surf with you at lunchtime. I have seen that. That's a literal description of a business I once did some work for. I don't even know if those guys are chill, but unless you have that or something like that and you've created your own microculture, hats off to you if you have. We're all basically feeling that rat race, and it is competitive because there's somebody else is going to take your job, or other vendors are going to take your clients, or whatever it is. So yeah, but it's also just in the air, and I think it's like a sickness. Like we get sick from it. It's hard to turn it off, and it really is. Like when I walk around France, for example, I'm like, we're sick. Like, I don't mean we're sickos or we're sick in the head, but we're sick like an illness, and the illness is that we just go so far into that extreme. And I understand why we do it, and I'm honestly right back there myself in this moment. But it's just so hard to avoid. And man, I don't know if anybody out there watching this has like some solution that you've been able to truly, and don't tell me you're chill if you're really not chill. But if you're, and also if you're like near retirement age because you're a short timer or something, doesn't count. You got to be somebody who's still in it to win it. Like you're still, you're still grinding it out. Because if you're sitting on, unless you're really, really messed up in the head, if you're sitting on a good amount of money and you're set to retire at whatever point that is, you could be 28 or you could be, 68 or whatever. But if you're it's just pure greed. And there's something wrong with you if you're just needing to hustle and have anxiety when you're set financially for life. Like, come on, like that's ridiculous. If you don't need to work again in your life, man, chill. Go like enjoy. Go smell the roses. Go travel. See your children, your grandchildren, or whatever, and go for walks with your dog or whatever. Because man, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm not judging people who like love their work, because if you love your work, that's different. If your work's part of your life and your personality because you enjoy your work, that's different. I'm talking about people who are like, no, this is stressing me out. Anyway, that's part of the deal in the United States. We can have a very unhealthy relationship with work.